Good morning to Jordan Wiley Hill. Hopefully I got all that correct. I need a microphone. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Welcome to Wake Up Tucson.
Yeah, good to be here.
So you're our leadoff batter, as we say in baseball, for the Visit Tucson Summer Stay-cation series.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we know some of you are going to go to other places. You know, the Zonies are going to do their San Diego thing, like the Swallows going back to Capistrano. But you're going to be here for a bunch of weeks, and there's such an opportunity to find out all these cool things to go do your own staycation with your family here. And Jordan is with the Fox Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your title over there again?
So I'm coordinating the Youth Arts and Culture program there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you guys have some really cool summer stuff for kids.
Yep.
And then at the same time, of course, you guys just announced the upcoming season.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things cooking.
Yeah, and from a family point of view, part of what I'm doing is really developing this youth arts and culture program. And so we call it the KIT program. KIT the Fox is our little mascot. So Kids in the Theater, KIT.
Oh, I thought it was the car in Knight Rider. I'm just kidding. Sorry. As you started developing this?
Yeah.
What were you aiming for in building this program? What did you want to have kids get out of it?
We want kids to be inspired, to have these experiences with live performing arts, where so much of their entertainment experience now is in front of a screen. So to see what it looks like live in person, to have that experience of going to a theater, of the community component, of connecting to people and that audience feel. So we wanted them to have that kind of piece. And at the same time, we want them to be uplifted educationally, inspirationally. So we want there to be strong educational components to it from all sorts of different angles. We've got like science-oriented programming. We've got social emotional learning. We've got literature. We've got cultural programming, things like that, all sorts of different kinds of arts.
Is there a box where they put their cell phones in when they come to the...
I wish there was. We're not there yet. Like you and Stitcher. We're working our way.
So tell me, for the summer programs,
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you are... What's the summer programs looking like this year?
Yeah, so there's a range of different things. One of the big things that we're doing this year that we also did last summer is this community-wide free literacy event, and there's actually going to be 2 of them this year. And so what they are, it's really targeting ages 5 through 11 and families and camps, because we're doing one on the weekend, which is June 22nd. It's a Saturday morning, and then one on the weekday, Tuesday morning, June 25th. And they're free, open to the public. We're doing it in conjunction with wonderful groups like Literacy Connects, Make Way for Good Books, the libraries, all sorts of different groups. And there's going to be literacy activities. We're going to have a lot of characters, including Kit the Fox there, comic book characters, things like that. There's going to be story times. There's going to be screening of some Oscar-winning and nominated short animated films that are literacy connected, and then just giveaways of books and all sorts of goodies related to literacy. So
it sounds so basic, right? That you're doing literacy for kids that are in school,
mm-hmm.
right? What were you seeing as an organization that doing something like this you thought was more necessary than ever?
Well, when you look at some of the rates of literacy and such, in Pima County in particular, there's some significant issues for sure. And of course, we see that with the schools and the whole like testing thing and the push for both science and math, but also for reading and writing, and just a lot of schools failing, according to those tests.
Okay.
And so there's some really great work being done by Cradle to Career, which is really trying to up the game as far as literacy goes, and it's happening. Yeah. And so we're looking at ways that we can just kind of not only make literacy exciting and fun, but this is just a one-off event. And the idea is really also to connect families and kids and camps to all the different literacy organizations and programming that's happening in town, and really have just a ripple effect so that we can keep that ball rolling.
And we're sending people to foxtheatertucson.com to find out more?
Yep.
So, and is that an ER or an RE at the end of theater?
RE.
Okay, I just want to make sure. It's the fancy way of saying theater.
Exactly, the old school fancy way.
What are some of the other, in addition to your literacy programs, what are some of the other things you guys working on this summer?
Yeah, so one of the things that is happening is we always show some movies during the summer, and there's always some sort of theme to those. So this year, it's the musical mockumentary. And so we've got Spinal Tap is having some sort of anniversary, so
Thank
they're going to be
God.
showing that. And also a folk-oriented one rather than the metal-oriented Spinal Tap is A Mighty Wind.
I love A Mighty Wind.
Yeah, so they're both going to be playing at the Fox. Spinal Tap's June 1st, Mighty Wind's June 15th. And we're doing a thing with the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona, where if you bring in some food, you can get some free popcorn at the event. As it is, kids are always free for these.
My favorite part of A Mighty Wind is, of course, you have the folk trio, which is really the Spinal Tap guys, right?
Oh, nice. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and what happens is they're talking about their career. So they had the first album totally hot, sold out. But by the time they got to the second album, no one cared about them.
Uh-huh.
And what happened was their popularity was declining so fast that the record company decided they weren't even going to punch holes in the actual vinyl for them. So it just had a little X in the middle and with directions on how to drill your own hole to put it on the spindle on your record player.
DIY records. Old school.
So I love Mighty Wind, and of course Ed's finding the song for us.